Welcome to Manga Palate, the show where I, Pisticia Luna, here with my co-host,
Manga Chef Isaiah.
watch, read, and/or play a thing and talk about it. And Manga Chef Isaiah, what is the name of the thing that we're talking about today?
A mighty win.
Correct. What is it?
It's a documentary, like a comedy documentary about these people that are really into folk music and
Well, they're folk musicians.
yeah, folk musicians. Yeah, and they're remembering folk musician that inspired them all, and he just passed away. And
So
they
there's
wanted
a
to throw a show for him.
yeah. I was going to ask you something. Is this the first time you've seen this movie?
Yep.
Okay. What did you think about it?
It was there were some parts that were funny, but it wasn't that funny.
So
But I
you weren't
like
that into it.
but I like the like how everyone had their own like little story of how they got there. I like that style.
Okay. I fucking love this movie. Like from the bottom of my heart. So the director is Christopher Guest. He's also one of the characters in the movie. Alan.
Oh, the guy that didn't, the one that presented everything.
He's the one from the Folksman, the guy with all of his hair. So so there's Jerry, right? The guy with all of his hair. There's the skinny guy with like his hair kind of balding,
Mhm.
and then there's Mark, who in the end realizes that they're a woman, right?
Ah, so he's
The guy who's kind of balding. The guy who
the
handles the mid range. I
the
mean, the
ba-
high range.
the banjo. Yeah.
Yeah. So Christopher Guest has actually been making a lot of these movies. One of the first ones he did was This Is Spinal Tap, which is like really, really well known amongst people for it being a similar thing. There's actually a word for this. There's two words. The one I go with is mockumentary, but you could also call it a docu-comedy, where it's like it's supposed to be a documentary, but it's fake. So, it's just kind of a joke thing.
Uh,
So
it
yeah,
seemed pretty real.
yeah. Well, that's the point.
Uh,
It's supposed to feel like it's actually a documentary, but it's absurd and stupid. So,
yeah.
yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, Christopher Guest has made a lot of these movies. The first one he acted in, which this is Spinal Tap, and then a couple years later he started directing and writing movies like this. There was two more he made before this, and a few he made after this. So the first one he made was Waiting for Guffman, and then Best in Show, and then this one came out in 2003, and he would then later on continue to do like a bunch of other movies and stuff. But he also did another documentary called For Your Consideration 2006, and relatively recently, he wrote Mascots in 2016. And a thing about these mockumentary things is a lot of these people come back all the goddamn time.
Like
Like Eugene
Parker Posey.
Levy and Parker Posey, Jane Lynch, Harry Shearer. They're in all of them.
They
It's
also helped write it too, right?
Eugene Levy helped write this one. Waiting for Guffman was written by Christopher Guest, and yeah, I think Eugene actually helps write all of them. Waiting for Guffman in particular has a special spot for me because it's a movie that's based on a play that's in the form of a mockumentary. Also, Fred Willard. Fred Willard shows up all the goddamn time. I love Fred Willard a lot. I feel like Fred Willard's understated type of comedy, where the joke is he's just so goddamn friendly no matter what, it is amazing. He's like the picture of a shitty executive.
Was he the guy in charge of
The
the
new
biggest
Main
fan?
Street Singers, yeah.
Yeah.
What happened? And then I would come in and I would say, "What happened?" And it just, dang it, if it wasn't the best show ever. And I'm like, "Fuck you, you're so stupid." I love you. Yeah, I love Fred Willard's character a lot. I love everybody in this goddamn movie. Like it's all because to me this kind of understated like shit, I don't know, joke is my favorite kind of joke. You know? Where it's just the joke is that they exist.
That they did this.
that they know everything about them is a joke. Like the fact that the folksmen like haven't been working together in years, in decades, but they go like, "Oh, we're gonna have a reunion. Oh, it's gonna be amazing," and then they're playing at a fucking barbecue because then nobody gives a shit about their music. That makes me laugh. I love that.
Uh,
Everything about the new Main Street Singers, the fact that like fucking George Menschel is still there. Parker Posey's thing is like, when I was a kid, I was a fucking, I did a lot of stuff, but I'm okay now. The fact that Terry, the guy who's now in charge of the new Main Street Singers, is so uncomfortable. The fact that his wife used to do porn, he's just so uncomfortable about it. It's hysterical to me. I love Fred Willard's existence. Also, Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara as Mitch and Mickey. And Eugene Levy is not known for like pulling off weird demented person, because that's not the kind of guy he plays. He always plays like a nerdy, awkward guy.
mm-hmm.
But fuck, I think he does so good as Mitch, where he has the long pauses of someone who clearly had a mental breakdown and isn't fully over it.
Yeah.
And he just murmurs weird shit, like when he meets fucking Mickey's husband, and he's like, you know, the little towns, I'm very interested in what Crabville has to offer. And the guy's like, no, it's not Crabville, but okay, thank you. Like that. The fact that he's like being shitty about that is hysterical to me. I love that. I love all of those things. That weird understated humor is like totally my bag. So yeah, I love every bit of this movie. It is about something really unimportant, which is kind of the point, you know, that like so yeah, it's actually a reference to an actual thing that happened. Like that's kind of what's interesting. Yeah, Harold Leventhal was a music producer, and he was more known for folk music. That American folk music had a revival in the '60s with like Leadbelly, Big Bill Brucey, Woody Guthrie, Jean Ritchie, Oscar Brandt, Richard Dyer Bennett, and a bunch of those guys came to fucking play like at their thing. Like, because American folk music just had a revival in its period. So Harold Leventhal, the producer, died, and a bunch of those people that he managed came to play. And it was like Don McLean, Woody Guthrie, The Weavers, Pete Seeger, Judy Collins, Arlo Guthrie, Joan Baez, Mary Travers, like a bunch of real ass people. Like Woody Guthrie is well known for being a guy with a guitar who like lots of people go, maybe he shouldn't be here because he keeps singing songs about murdering fascists. It's like, yeah, no, Woody Guthrie's serious about what he believes in. Pete Seeger, when he's played the national anthem, always plays it a lot lower than normal, which I don't know if you know this, but is apparently a super big thing.
Play it in a lower key.
Yeah, because to hit that high note is kind of hard. The national anthem is based off of a drinking song that was written for like a society of music nerds in England.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, it's kind of not easy to sing it. That's why so many people fuck it up. So like he would play it lower, so that way the highest note, what you call the apex, is not that far from most people's registers. So it's easier to sing. Because the point of a fucking national anthem is for everybody to sing together. So yeah, and Pete Seeger's been banned from shit because he also has like a very hard line political stance as a social activist. So yeah, so that sort of, but A Mighty Wind is more about like the shitty version of that. It's like not important people like Woody Guthrie and fucking Pete Seeger, people who don't fucking matter, like at all. Like everybody knows American Pie by Don McLean. Everybody can fucking sing that song for some goddamn reason. But like, you know, well, Woody Guthrie couldn't go play the 2003 tribute because he was dead, but you know what I mean. My point is like all the big important people in that like scene came to play the fucking to came to play for his tribute concert. And like yeah, so this the Mighty Wind is a parody of that folk revival period as well as that exact moment where all those folk bands got together to play Harry Leventhal's fucking tribute concert. But it's like it's so blowed out that's it's fucking it's crazy. I really love the Folksmen as an idea. Just the fact that they exist. And they're like, yeah, nobody really listens to us, but we're gonna keep giving it a shot. We got back together. This is the biggest crowd I've seen in years, and it's like 3 people.
Yeah. I mean, I like their songs.
Oh, I know. I'm not saying their music sucks. I'm saying the fact that they're so forgotten and ignored,
They have the one song everyone remembers.
but they'll try. Yeah, old Joe's place. E A O's. He just shakes his head. Fuck,
Yeah.
don't you mug at me, you bastard. Nah, he's got a mug. What else does he have? Well, she now. But the point is, this is fucking mugging at me.
That was a radical change.
I love that shit. It's so goofy. Also, that part at the end where they're like, but fucking. All right, so it's like there's 3 acts: the Folksmen, the Main Street Singers, and Mitch and Mickey. Mitch and Mickey's a duo, which kind of reminds me of June Carter and Johnny Cash when they played together. The Folksmen are a vague combination of a bunch of different folk groups. And the new Main Street Singers are also a vague combination of a bunch of things, like Peter, Paul, and Mary. Like the Folksmen kind of remind me of Peter, Paul, and Mary. It's a whole thing. But so yeah. Anyway, the new Main Street Singers are like the second generation of the thing, and then you just have the fucking weirdos who ended up in it. Like Terry Bono's just like, yeah, I used to make cardboard cutouts, and I hang out, and they go like, oh, that's adorable, and I'm like, what about your wife? Well, why don't you tell them? I used to do certain films. And then there's the one fucking name she drops that I love is like, oh yeah, and I learned to play the ukulele for another movie I did, Not So Tiny Tim. And I'm like, fucking seriously, you're gonna drop that? Do you know Tiny Tim?
No.
He was this English folk musician. Well, I mean, he did a lot of stuff. He mostly did like pop music, but like it was a weird kind of pop music for its time. He's an English musician, and he goes like, I think you might remember him actually. Do you remember fucking? Do you remember that episode of SpongeBob where they play "Living in the Sunlight, Loving in the Moonlight"?
Yeah.
That's Tiny Tim.
Uh,
That's a song by Tiny Tim. Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, and probably tiptoe through the tulips. But those are like Alan Sherman songs from the 30s that he did a cover of. But yeah, the dude would play a ukulele and just have a really high voice. But she was like, "Oh yeah, I did this movie, Not So Tiny Tim," and I'm like, "What the fuck even is that?"
sounds like
What?
a porn thing.
What? It is a porn thing, but I mean, like, what the fuck? You choose Tiny Tim of all things.
That's what he calls it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you know, like porn parody crap where they like do like people dressed up as characters from Game of Thrones or whatever the fuck. Yeah, all right, I get that. Fine. Sometimes they'll do like themed movies. Okay, cool, whatever. My point is, somebody said let's do Tiny Tim.
Yeah.
That's so fucking that.
They'll be the first ones.
Just that single sentence, like, puts a whole picture in my mind of like the production and the time and who's there and what the like what the fuck is that? She's also part of a Wiccan group, witches in nature's colors. Fucking just all of it, every single part of it. I love it so much. When they perform the televised on PBN, which is like not PBS, but
Oh.
it's PBS.
Yeah.
Because who the fuck else puts on stuff that people don't really watch at 3 in the afternoon? Have you ever watched PBS?
Not really.
Yeah,
Like when I was growing up.
yeah.
Got it.
For like kid stuff, right? Like Sesame Street or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what happens after Sesame Street? No
I
one
don't
knows.
know.
No one knows. Because it's the public broadcast channel, nobody really watches it. It's like It's like that joke about NPR, where people are just like, oh, you just make a weird soft voice, and it's like, yep, that's fucking NPR. Welcome to All Things Considered. It's like that. That's how people think of fucking PBS. It's like, oh yeah, that's where they like play old documentaries about shit no one really thinks about anymore. They're trying. Do you want to talk about Grandchester on Masterpiece? No, I don't even know what that means. Okay, sure. It's a thing about a cop where the cop is a priest. No, okay, yeah, sure. Nobody fucking knows. I barely know what's happening on CBS. I gotta know what's happening on PBS. Get the fuck out of here. So yeah, and then there's that part where like fucking the folksmen are like, oh yeah, we're gonna do Never Did No Wandering, and then they listen to the new Main Street Singers do it, and they're like, oh, they're doing it happy. Fuck. What do we do? Let's do it anyway. Like what? No, that's stupid. Why would we play the same songs? Like we're folk musicians. We all play like the same 10 songs. Just fucking let's go. No, fuck it. That we'll make them decide. Do you like the big happy puppy one or do you like the real soul shit? And I'm like, are you kidding me?
No one's gonna give a shit.
Are you kidding me? No one cares. Who do you think is watching this? The fact that your reunion show was 3 people and one of them was eating a hot dog and barely paying attention to you probably should tell you that no one cares. Like, just accept that this is for you and then, don't get hung up on it. And at the end, they all sing Almighty Wind.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
Oh,
I really fucking love. You're right. I do enjoy the music. I'm not gonna say it sucks because I do like folk music. My thing is just more. It's a weird documentary about the worst kind of people. in like in like a bizarrely open letter kind of way, and all the jokes are really understated.
I
None of
would say
them.
they're the worst because they make music for people.
No, I mean the way they are.
They're weird,
Yeah,
but they're not the worst.
I don't know, man. Something about the folks been going like, "Fuck you, we have to do it." It's like, guys, just relax. Maybe don't get so hung up on this. And the new Main Street Singers only keeping themselves together because they're not like dying is also kind of depressing. like Terry and Laurie are happy together as a married couple, but Terry is clearly not happy about who Laurie used to be. And it makes him so uncomfortable every time it comes up. And like Parker Posey's thing is like, yeah, I used to be really fucked up, but I'm here now. Yeah. It's like, are you using this to like cover the horrible darkness that's inside of you? What are you doing? Because you were the daughter of one of the original singers. Do you hate them? Do you love them? You're like, I love it now. And like, yeah, but what does that mean about you? Where are you in your life? And then the fact that Fred Willard doesn't even really give a shit.
No, nope.
Fred Willard doesn't even really care about their music.
He just writes down crazy ideas for them.
Yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
they do it.
Oh my god, at the end of it, he's the worst manager ever. That's what I mean. Like, they're not trying to be bad people. They just end up doing stuff that's shitty. Because they're a lot more invested in the things than other people are. Like the fact that the folks men do that thing where they're like, it's like, I can't really keep playing like this, man. I'm all uncomfortable. No, you have to wear that sweater. Are you
Yeah.
part of this or are you not part of this? It's like, what?
You don't get to take the sweater off until you
Yeah.
play it correctly.
Yeah, and it's like a fucking 4 chord song on the guitar. It can't possibly
One
be
of
that
those guys
complicated.
looks like he's like really starting to lose it.
Yeah.
I don't know the Spanish, the brown looking guy. I don't know.
Oh, he's a Filipino.
Yeah, but he always looks like he's about to lose it. Like,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
are
by,
you
like,
crazy?
That's what I mean by like it feels like this is okay. The only people who survive this are the people who are kind of nuts.
He's like
And-
playing guitar and just smiling like you never
Yeah,
see
but,
him
like-
talk either.
Well, like a hard smiling, not a comfortable, genuine smile. Like a
Yeah.
smile, like, oh, I'm on stage, yeah. I'm like, I think all of you people are kind of weirdly broken.
I don't know.
Also, the
think
way the
he's the one.
fucking the guy who's putting it together just lies to everybody.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you were my dad. Look, I didn't want to tell you this, but you were dad's favorite.
It's
No, I'm
like he's talking
serious.
to his
I'm
siblings or
serious.
something.
He says that to everybody for everything.
Yeah. And she's like, "Is it on paper? Is Mitch coming back on paper?" Like,
Yeah, yeah,
don't worry about it.
yeah. I got it. Mitch, you were his favorite. Mitch, you were his favorite.
And then we turn to Mitch, who has dementia or something.
He's gone. He had a mental breakdown, and I don't think he ever recovered
Mm-mm.
because he still talks all jacked up. But I fucking find the thing at the end about like him like, look, I'm kind of better now, and he's like writing weird, crappy poetry, and then he's like, I'm I feel I've hit a prolific phase in my writing. Like, look, man, if you write 10,000 things and they all suck, I mean, I'm glad it's for you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But man, and then and the thing at the end where he's like, he thinks that like, she's what is it? He's like, I hope, I thought our feelings had faded, but I guess it hasn't. I'm okay, but she's not.
Cause
And
she
then
got
Mickey
caught up
goes
in
like,
the
yeah,
moment.
maybe he's all messed up, and I'm like, what the fuck are you two doing? Stop trying to pin it on the other person. Just leave. Just leave and stop talking about
Yeah,
it.
they both depended on each other.
Yeah. They're like, oh,
They're like, "Oh,
it's
it's
your
about the
problem.
moment,"
It's your problem, not my problem. I'm fine. All I did was act. I feel you have a problem though.
and they both said the crowd wanted it or something.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, I did it for the moment because it's a reference to the fucking June Carter Johnny Cash thing, where like June Carter and Johnny Cash were like play together after they'd gotten together. Also, June Carter's like fucking folk and country royalty because her mother was Ma Carter of the Carter family, and it's like still considered today to be one of the most impressive folk guitarists ever because of the way she played in like a hiccupy like finger picked like arpeggiated way that's like still really impressive to do. So like they had a lot of songs that would just like kind of hang out. She would play a harpsichord and he would play guitar, which is exactly how they play.
Mm-hmm.
She plays the harpsichord, he plays the guitar. It's but like Johnny Cash was a different kind of person. Do you remember what happens when he was like, oh yeah, the emotional breakdown, and then like he put out these albums and shows him like in a straitjacket. Like he just put all of himself out there. It shows him digging a grave that with his name on it.
And he's like,
Yeah, it's
gotta
like
shoot
digging up.
myself
Yeah,
all the
it's
way out.
if I only had a gun.
Oh yeah.
That was the name of the song. If only I had a gun. I was like, oh boy, Jesus. Only way out, all her fault, shit like that. And I'm like, no, this is bad. That's what I mean. But like, I feel like they're all broken, busted up people, but for the sake of the movie, they're trying to present themselves as happy and well adjusted.
Yeah. Well, I think the Folksmen were okay.
I think, yeah. Well, actually, funny thing. This movie was originally intended to be just about them.
Huh.
So the thing is,
I
the folksmen are
mm-hmm.
supposed to be so this is Spinal Tap is the movie about the like an 80s Nawabum new wave of British heavy metal kind of band,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a mockumentary about that. And in the movie, like the same guys, Shear, Guest, and McKean, fucking Harry Shear, Christopher Guest, and Michael McKean, play the guys in This Is Spinal Tap, and they're playing like the musicians in it, and they're just like kind of really fucking dumb, goofy guys, and they sort of do a parody about older guys in the Nawabum scene, trying to still get their stuff together. So they did the Folksmen as a sketch, basically the same thing but for folk music in 1984. And the original idea for A Mighty Wind was to be a whole movie about the Folksmen. The way that This Spinal Tap is a whole movie about Spinal Tap.
Why'd you change it? Cause
And they changed it over time with Eugene Levy helping to write.
I guess he wanted everyone to have a story.
I think it's a lot more interesting, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like you
I
just saw the
fucking love this
Folksmen
movie.
like stuck in traffic, and like, do you have a map?
Yeah.
It's like it's not here right now. Did you plan on like looking at it after we got there?
I just really love how passionate and angry they were about fucking having to hear "Never Did No Wandering."
Yeah,
It's like, what do we
that's our
do?
song.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, come on, we're folk musicians. Everyone has like the same 10 songs.
I didn't tell him. I didn't tell
Yeah, and when fucking Mark just mugs at the camera at the end of every time they play Old Joe's Place. Look for
him.
the neon sign that says EIOs. And it's like mugs. And it's like, oh my fucking god. And then like at the end where they're like working when they're working at the fucking casino.
Yeah, he does it as a woman. I mean, she does it.
Yeah, she does it as who she is. He was like, yeah, I learned a lot about myself. And I'm learning to accept it. But the fact that the other guys are like
I was mad at to think about him putting on the skin makeup. I was like, wait, this is the only thing that hinted to it.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, if I know if I look good, I'm gonna play my best.
Yeah, I love that. That's all she said. If I look good, I do my best. Okay, sure. Also, fucking Fred Willard saying, "What if we make a sitcom where you're the Supreme Court judges in the day and folk singers at night?"
Yeah, and they
The
did it.
poster, and they show the fucking commercial. I'm like, this is you're awful. You're awful, Fred Willard. You're an awful person for putting them through this.
That's a great idea.
Is it?
No, I mean it made money. I think
I guess. Did it? I don't know.
it's on TV.
On TV, but that doesn't mean a lot
Yeah, it
because there's
doesn't.
TV shows that get like one season, maybe half a season, and nobody remembers them ever.
I think we watched them.
I did.
Oh, well, yeah, you
I
did.
know I did. Did you ever see Baywatch Nights?
No.
Do you know what Baywatch is?
Yeah.
Okay, Baywatch Nights was the X Files, but Baywatch.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. That beat of silence is like, wait, what? Yes, yes. There were aliens and monsters and all types of shit, and fucking David Hasselhoff was there to solve the mystery.
Oh wait, I did see that.
I think I mentioned it.
Or I seen like close to David Hasselhoff.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, I feel like Fred Willard's kind of comedy is kind of hard for people for more people to get into because it's so understated.
Oh.
The joke is just, yeah, see how happy I am about this very obviously stupid and bad thing. Like there's a bit he did, which I don't remember where I saw it. I think it was just like for one of those like YouTube videos where they're like, oh, we got a sketch with Fred Willard in it. But anyway, so he goes like, oh yeah, I think it's really important to always take a picture with the people that you're real that you mean a lot to you. So here, I have this photo album of pictures with me with celebrities, and in every picture, it's just him standing there with no one next to him. And then it slowly reveals that what he does is he has them take a picture of him.
Uh,
So he goes like, "This is a picture of me with Charlie Chaplin," and it's just a black and white picture of him. Oh yeah, this is a picture of me with like he just like lists random celebrities,
uh,
and it's like, wait, so you just get them to take a picture of you? Yeah. Then how do you have a picture of them? Well, they took the picture. Yeah, but no one would know that besides you. And then
exactly.
somebody comes up and goes, "Oh, hey, you're Fred Willard. Can I have a picture?" And he goes, "Yeah." And then he takes his camera, takes a picture of him, and hands him his camera back. This is fucking. Fuck, I love that. I love that so much. So yeah, I really love this fucking movie.
I like Best in the Show better.
All right, you
Maybe because it
did see
has to
that.
do with more music. I'm not that much of a music nerd.
Yeah, I guess maybe the all the references to folk music would be lost on you.
Yeah.
But I legitimately enjoy all the little bits, like just looking at Terry's face when Laurie goes, "I used to do things other girls wouldn't," and you like look at him, he's like, yeah,
Yeah, he looks super uncomfortable.
he's just like ah, or Mitch trying to talk to people, but because of his like 10-second long pauses, everyone's not sure when he finished talking.
I don't know. I don't like making fun of disabled people, but
Yeah, it's just
I
every
know that's
just
part of it.
him being there and people going like, I don't know what to do.
I was
What do
always
I do?
surprised when he started singing. I'm like, oh
Do I
shit.
talk? Do I not talk? Where do I go with this?
And then he just left.
Yeah, they just leave. There's that part where he leaves to go get a postcard.
A rose, but yeah.
Oh yeah, it's for the fucking song. I just remember that scene of him staring at the postcards.
Yeah.
Do you need help? Uh, no. It's like a full 3-second pause. Ah, but yeah, I fucking love this movie. It's great. I love all of his mockumentary stuff. Best in Show, Waiting for Guffman. This is Spinal Tap. I saw Mascots. I don't know if this is really specific to our friendship, but do you remember that time I like jumped in place and like threw my hands out, and I was like, this excited armadillo.
No.
You remember that for like the fucking interpretive dance battle, stupid thing?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a reference to Mascots.
That sounds stupid.
It's dumb as shit. It's a movie where I would love to do it for this show. It's a movie where basically, like fucking sports teams have mascots, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so they're like a bunch of people who are mascots are trying to compete for the World Mascot Association's Gold Fluffy Award.
All right. And or no one gives a shit about. But yeah.
Yep, yep, that's the whole movie. They're doing their damnedest. And I'm like nobody. It's literally just them. It's just them. There's like the lady who Parker Posey plays a character who like the '80s never ended, even though the movie's made in 2016. And she still dresses like the '80s. This is like, are you okay? The fucking Zach Woods is in it, and he plays a guy. He plays a guy who does the thing with his wife, but he clearly hates his wife. And it's just like, why are you even still together? And then she like goes like, oh yeah, last year he slept with Cindy Babineau, but we're past that now, right? And he's like, yep, yep, totally. And then like Susan Yeagley is Parker Posey's sister, and Parker Posey Cindy Babineau. So then like when they go to meet and hang out, he goes like, "You're a Babineau, okay." And his wife like punches him in the ribs. He's like, nah, I'm just saying hello, just saying hello. It's a great movie. I love that kind of weird, like just nobody cares about this, but this means everything to them thing.
Mm.
Just like Waiting for Guffman, which is like, okay, so Waiting for Guffman I think is a kind of unique because Waiting for Guffman is literally a pun on the Samuel Beckett play Waiting for Godot, which kind of the movie is based on Waiting for Godot. I don't know if you know Waiting for Godot.
I don't.
But yeah, see, like all these stupid, weird, specific things are all things that I love. Like that, this is my jam. That's why we're here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
But
Waiting
I
for
mean,
Good.
like,
Yeah,
is
gone.
this for Christopher Guest and like the
I
other
think it is.
actors that are just
It
on the
is.
movies?
Yeah, I think it is because they keep coming back.
Yeah.
They all of them keep coming back.
So that must be like the best shit for them.
Yeah. I it kind of makes me think of like you know how like I don't really neither of us particularly watch Michael Bay movies, right? Like Bad Boys or Transformers or whatever. But anyone who's ever worked with him goes like he's the most fun guy to work with, so I love working with him.
Oh, you think it's like that?
I think it might be like they really, really enjoy doing this stuff, so they probably just keep coming back to it. So like Waiting for Godot is this play where like two guys are waiting for somebody and then he never shows up, but they spend the whole time talking and like getting into like big serious conversations. It's sort of like the movie A Dinner with Andre, if you know that movie.
I think I saw that. I think you showed it to me.
Yeah, it's a really fun movie. The whole movie is just them talking at a dinner table, but it's more about like realizing the kind of people they are through their conversation than anything else. It's like yeah, so waiting for Guffman is like waiting for Godot, where it's literally just as much as like oh we're both planning and waiting for this guy, but then does he show? Won't he show? Which by the way, have you do you know Nick Kroll and John Mulaney, right? The comedians.
Yeah, from
I mean,
the
they both
league.
done a bunch.
Yeah.
Nick Kroll, yeah, he's on the league. He had his own TV show on Comedy Central and stuff.
Yeah.
So did John Mulaney. He had his own TV show. I think it was literally called Mulaney. But anyway, so they have a sketch that they do for a Kroll show called Too Much Tuna, and they made like a whole show for it, and they put it on Broadway. And there's a joke in that is also based on Waiting for Godot that got me really hard. And I think I'm like, I don't know, like the audience also got it. Because I'm like, if you're gonna see a play, you would probably know play stuff, you know? But they go like, so they got their things like called Too Much Tuna, which is they give somebody a shitty old tuna sandwich and then talk to them.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the thing. And they're both like weird, like older guys who've lived in New York for too long and stuff. So they go like, "Oh yeah, we got this show we're planning out called Waiting for Godot. Hello, where he shows up in the first 15 minutes and we too much tuna that bitch."
That sounds.
And I just fucking died.
That sounds.
I just died because like the fact that he shows up is the opposite of the play. And I just fucking I fell on the ground laughing. Because then I was like, we got a show called Waiting for Godot. Hello, where he comes in the first 15 minutes. I was like, what the fuck? What? What do you mean? What? It's amazing. So Waiting for Guffin is like that, except most of the dialogue is improvised. And it's amazing. And I love all of the movies that he's made. I can super get why maybe A Mighty Wind is kind of out there amongst the stuff that he's made. I
Uh-huh.
feel maybe the easiest one to get into would be either Best in Show or Mascots, because they don't require you to know anything about what they're talking about.
I mean, you have to know. No, never mind. I wasn't
No,
say
not really.
a different breed of dogs, but
Yeah,
not really.
but they like say the names and they show you the dog. Like it's not you don't actually have to know about like dog competitions to understand the movie.
Uh,
Versus A Mighty Wind and For Your Consideration and Waiting for Guffman, I feel make more sense when you understand the source material. Like For Your Consideration is about the Academy Awards. So like it only makes sense if you know about the kind of shit people have done to get Academy Awards and stuff. And Oscar bait movies and shit. And Waiting for Guffin is about Waiting for Godot. So if you don't know Waiting for Godot, it doesn't come off as great. And A Mighty Wind, like I said, is literally a reference to the fucking 2003 tribute for Harold Leventhal and how weird folk musicians are. So yeah, but I fucking love this movie. So food. Okay, I have one thing to say about this. This movie's really short.
yeah.
It's a tight 90 minutes, maybe 91. But like most movies are like 2 hours long. So the fact that this one is like an hour 30 is pretty good. It's over like immediately.
So you want to do something that's short,
I want to do
like you could
something
pick
that,
up quickly,
yeah, I want to do something that's like you could eat fairly quickly.
so like fast food.
Maybe fast food. But the thing about fast food is that fast food is really accessible. I don't think this is super accessible. I feel it's easy to get into it, but to like fully appreciate all of it is, you would need to realize what it's referencing. Which I don't know how many people in our age group would actually know fucking folk revival.
So you want something that's
That
like
you can eat quickly, but isn't easy to get. Now I have an idea, and I want you to maybe follow me on this. Do you remember how deep fried with shrimp?
yeah.
This is crab. It's also requires you to have a certain sensibility.
Does
There's
it?
also not a lot there. Yeah, I don't think that kind of understated comedy is normal for most people.
I know, but this crab, you have
I
to
you
understand
think
crab.
crab? No, I think crab takes a certain kind of taste. It's just like shrimp.
I would say it takes a certain way to eat it.
No, I mean like I don't know most people who are like fuck yeah crab. I think people are like yeah I mean I like crab or or nah I don't really eat shellfish.
Really? Oh.
Yeah,
No
I
one's. I'm always like, oh yeah, crab. Yeah,
really.
that's only my thing. Yeah.
In your experience, everybody's been like fuck yeah
Yeah,
crab.
it's just my family. Yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking about my family, and people are like, I don't know. I'd rather eat something that has more going on.
No, there's like crab in the menu. We always get it.
Yeah.
Crab or lobster.
And my experience has always been like, well, like when it comes to sushi, crab all the goddamn time. I love crabs, but I mean like, just eating crab legs. It's kind of me and my sister, and that's it. We will
Huh.
gobble crab, but the rest of them are like, it feels like a lot of work for not a lot of meat.
I also feel like if you
I
go
don't-
to a seafood restaurant, crab's gonna be there.
No, I don't mean
Uh,
going to a seafood restaurant. I mean just eating in general.
uh, but yeah, it won't be in everywhere. It won't be
You
in.
don't find it everywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not like the shrimp analogy was also like shrimp when you eat one shrimp, it's not necessarily filling and you don't find it all the goddamn time.
Hmm.
But like I've never met anyone who's been like, okay, shrimp. Like it's either hard yes on shrimp or hard no on shrimp. And crab to me feels like elevated shrimp. Cause crab you actually have to put in work to break it.
Yeah,
And
that's what I was saying.
you don't just find it in a general context.
Yeah, you have to go to the
You have to
restaurant.
go to a seafood place or somewhere that you're familiar with crab being. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, this is in my experience. Most people don't want to put in the work for crab.
Yeah, you have to get like a crab bib
Yeah.
and then break it.
So what do you think?
I think it works.
Think it works? Think it's got legs?
I see what you did there.
Ah, ah! Kill me right now. It will never get any better than this. Kill me.
Bang, bang. Yeah. Shot through the internet. Alright. So for Manga Palette.
Okay. Well, actually, that is it for this part. Tell you what, I don't got news, but I do have a thing I'm fucking hype about.
Oh shit.
You ready? Oh shit, got hype. Oh
Alright.
shit.
Oh
Oh
shit.
shit. Okay. I want you to go first because I'm really, really excited about this thing and I'm gonna go on about it.
Um so you remember Penguin Zero? Critical?
Oh yeah, critical.
He put a video out saying why can't games just be fun?
Okay.
And then he starts explaining how like it's completely false, I think.
It's a
Oh,
joke.
I don't think it's a joke.
Oh.
He sounded super serious the whole episode, the whole
But
thing.
but Charlie always sounds like that.
But
Charlie's mon.
he said like it's all about the media and how they're like influencing people to have like a political stance. Sounds really crazy.
Oh, it's one of those. Why can't we take politics out of blank?
Exactly.
Oh
And
no,
it's getting viral, and I think it might be like
it might be
his
what people
downfall.
remember about him.
Yeah,
Oh
if it was
no,
a
this
joke, then it's bad. It was really not
is really
obvious.
poorly executed.
Yeah.
Whereas on the other hand, if it's not a joke, oh no, Charlie,
And the
you're out.
comments are like,
You're out.
is Lego Star Wars political?
Yeah, because everybody always tells him to play Lego Star Wars. Oh no, I'm really worried now. Because like, if this is it for him, this is exactly like when John Tron was like, "Rich black people commit more crimes
Yeah.
than rich white people," and it's like, "Yep, that's it.
So you don't talk about politics.
Bye, boy. You don't. You don't. Not unless you have a very hard, determined stance that you're never gonna take it from, and
Yeah.
you're ready for the backlash. Like if you're like a dirty leftist, then you're like, all right, look, I'm a dirty leftist. Then you're like, I'm ready for more conservative people to not like me. Fine. If you're a hard right conservative person and you're like, yeah, no, I'm all about that. I hate those dirty lefties, the tankies. That's fine. You know, as long as you have a secure stance that like nobody can dunk on you about. If you have something vague or fucking middle of the line, get ready to get stabbed. It makes me think of that Always Sunny bit where like they do the episode about abortion and they show like both sides are kind of shitty, and then Dennis, who's on the middle of the fence, like it's the most visual metaphor ever. Dennis was on
Hmm.
the anti
Oh yeah, I remember that. On the abortion
pro-abortion
thing.
side, and
Yeah.
then tries to get to the pro-abortion side,
Yeah.
and then they throw eggs at him because he's on the fence. It's the most overt,
Yeah.
but it's also really real. Because in highly divisive times, you got to have a stance. If you don't have a stance, get ready to get fucked.
Yeah, he didn't have a strong stance.
Yeah, his whole thing was just get politics out of my video games.
Which is not true.
Which is, yeah.
I like a Street Fighter. I'm like, what's the politics in Street Fighter?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's more like the pieces that like people write about stuff, like articles and shit. But honestly, I've never cared or thought about it. I think about them in my own context. You know? I evaluate them myself. I don't really care about like fucking hit pieces by guys who are like, "Is this game misogynistic?" Because I'm like, I don't know, man. It depends on how you're interpreting that. Like when that Doom trailer came out, and the Doom trailer was talking about like talking about like affirmative action with demons. And then like people on the right were like, I guess, affirmative action's evil, and people on the left were like, no, they're parodying how corporations co-opt fucking progressiveness like through neoliberal capitalism to take advantage of minorities and make them like market value ideas rather than individual people. And I'm like, I don't know which one it is because that's a poorly written joke. So I don't know. Maybe it is right wing, maybe it is left wing. I don't fucking know. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't think you should take it that seriously either.
Yeah. I super understand the idea that art reflects, the opinions of the person and the what they want to express. But I don't think it always necessarily has like a thing in mind. Mind you, I say this as a person who writes shit literally for me. Like I never once created things going like, yeah, and you know what? The world's gonna go like, holy shit when I put this. Like, nah. I write it for me for it to be what I want, and then if people like it, that's cool. And in my experience, having met people who make like visual art and other music and writing and all types of stuff, they also all have the same opinion. I think that's just I think that's just an art thing, where you create a thing with an idea in mind and just try to get it across, but due to the nature of art being subjective and like everyone drawing their own meaning from things, you can't really assume how someone's gonna take it. So that's why I've never really gave a shit about the articles or read stuff like that, because I'm like, well, that's one person's thought of how they interpreted this line. Is that necessarily true? No. I mean, there's it's the death of the author thing in writing, where it's like, does the author's intention matter, or does what matter what you got from the art?
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to get from it.
Yeah, not what you're supposed to understand, just what you understand.
It's the same
And
thing
I
with music, right?
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, I don't really give a shit what Kotaku has to say. As fuck if I know what they thought about it. I like stupid trashy shit. I've always loved stupid trashy shit. I'll always love stupid trashy shit. Nothing about people going like, you thought about this or this is gonna make me stop liking it. So like, I don't give a shit. It's sort of like someone thinking something very obviously political isn't political because they're just not reading into it. Whereas something that's like probably intended to be apolitical is being interpreted politically, but that doesn't really change, the fact that we live in a very divisive world where people have to take stances on the things that they believe in. So, of course, when you interpret things through those divisive stances, that's just what you're gonna get. You know?
Yeah, I'm just worried about this is gonna be his
Oh, he's
downfall,
fucked.
like you said.
I think he's fucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
It I'm really sad about that because I always feel sad when like these people who no longer have like individual, I guess, the right to be individuals. You know what I mean? That now they're like symbols rather than people. I always feel bad whenever they take a miss on that because then they get fucked really bad. It's like how Phil Fish was that guy who made Fez, but Phil
Uh-huh.
Fish was also a dickhead. So people were like, Phil Fish didn't deserve to be good. It was like, I don't think anyone intended Phil Fish to luck out with Fez like he did. Because like Phil Fish was always a shitty guy. I was kind of a douchebag. So like when Phil Fish became popular and was still a douchebag, people were like, well, now we're doubling down on destroying this man's career. And that's why he like stopped production on Fez too and all that shit.
No.
Yeah, I mean like he was always an asshole. It's like Kamiya, you know? Where Kamiya blocks and insults people's moms on Twitter all the goddamn time. But we just kind of all learned to accept it because he's a dick. But I still love Devil May Cry.
Uh, yeah. I read the guy, Swery. He never does anything. Like his interviews.
Oh, swear
Wait,
that.
actually, that's the worst example to bring up.
So
That's not a good example to bring up.
yeah,
Never mind.
swear he's. Oy. This is super not Twin Peaks. I know this looks like Twin Peaks, and I know I sent them to the Pacific Northwest because that's where Twin Peaks was made. But this is not Twin Peaks. Don't you even kind of think this is Twin Peaks? Okay, sure, sweary. Whatever. Who cares? Okay, can I talk about what I'm about now?
Sure.
I didn't even think you were hype. I thought you were just concerned. You didn't sound excited.
You know what? You're right.
But
No.
what?
Oh, I was thinking like, yeah, I sound more concerned about
Yeah,
critical than.
it's the thing you wanted to talk about less so than you were excited about. That's fine. I mean, that this can literally be whatever you want to talk about that has nothing to do with the show. It's an attempt to minimize fucking tangents, if that wasn't obvious. I'm not saying it's successful. I'm just saying it's a thing we tried.
I'd say it's successful at minimizing it.
Do you think so? I feel we still do a lot of tangents in the show.
Yeah, but it minimized it.
I guess. I guess maybe there are less.
Like if we
Ah,
didn't
man.
have the section, I think it would just go.
Well, could be worse, right? Could be worse. Okay. So, you like Way Forward, right?
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
Way
you're
Forward.
gonna talk about uh, the
Yeah.
City Girls?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay, all right. You like Way Forward, right?
Yeah.
I love Way Forward. They're a great company. They make good games. Mighty Switch Force, Shantae. right? Watch
Hmm.
Quest. They did Double Dragon Neon, which I think is one of the best, most interesting beat 'em ups for that franchise. They
Hmm.
even made that fucking that Adventure Time game that people were like, "Yo, you should actually play that. It's a legitimately good game." They did the remake of DuckTales that everyone lost their shit about. So yeah, Way Forward's great. Way Forward did that shit called the Mummy Demastered. That's like wild and interesting. So everybody likes Way Forward, right? You're here, you get it. How many of you people know Kunio-kun? Or I guess as it's known here in America, River City Ransom. It's a really old franchise. I don't know if people know it like that. Do you know Kunio?
No.
I told you about it. I showed you the games I bought and stuff. So, River City Ransom is a game where you play a guy named Kunio, and he's a Yankee, and he fucks guys up. He's actually named after the company's president. It's like Technos is the company that made it, right?
Hmm.
And Technos now is owned by Arc System Works. They made Double Dragon, they made Kunio, and so yeah. So also Arc Systems Works is working on this, which Arc is great for beat 'em ups and fighting games and stuff like that. So Technos was existed, and they made Kunio, and they made Double Dragon. Those are like two really really good beat 'em ups. And they named the main character of Kunio after the guy who owned the company, Kunio Taki. So, he's a Yankee. He goes around, he fucks people up. Pretty easy to understand, right?
Yeah.
Nothing to really think about there.
Nope.
Okay, the franchise is a bunch of shit like that with more people, and he has his friend Riki, who's a Bozuzoku, and he has a Rizento, and he has his girlfriend, and he has his best friend, and he runs into other people like Hanako, and it's like, and there's sometimes the sports games like Kunio. Kunio has like what 30 something games to its franchise. You can play it on mobile. There's tons of shit out there, man. So yeah. So, River City Girls is being made by Way Forward and Arc System Works because Arc System owns Tecmos now. And it's gonna be a beat 'em up that looks hype as shit. And it's based on the girlfriends of Riki and Kunio trying to save them from getting captured. So it's Double Dragon, but also River City Ransom at the same time. Oh boy, I'm really fucking excited. So it's Kyoko, who is Kunio's girlfriend, and Misako, who's Riki's girlfriend. And they're Yankee girls. They're gonna go fuck people up. There's combos, counters, throws, special attacks. There's side quests. It's gonna be a whole bunch of shit. And it looks so pretty. It has a synth pop soundtrack because it's like emulating the 80s, which is like where Kunio is actually where like the history of Kunio comes from, because that game is literally from like the first one. What was it? Neiketsu Koha Kunio-kun is like from 86. It is. It looks amazing. And it's gonna be on PS4, PC, Switch, and Xbox One. And I'm just so excited. I really want to play it. And guess what? They gave a release date and its price. So its release date is September 5th, and its price is $30. September 5th of 2019. But you know, like this year that we're in. So they're working on a physical, which is like what I really, really, really want, because I've always preferred physicals to just digitals, because you know, once they lose that license, it's gone. But damn, I really fucking want to play this game. It looks so much fun. It looks so interesting. Did you watch the trailer for it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. What'd you think?
It does look fun.
Right?
Yeah.
I love beat 'em ups. I think because I grew up with that older console, and I grew up playing a lot of Kunio and stuff like that. So I played Streets of Rage. I had the fucking Sega collection on the PS2, where I could play Golden Axe and Streets of Rage and all that kinds of shit. So I grew up with a lot of beat 'em ups. Also on the SNES, I had fucking Double Dragon 4, I want to say. So yeah, I played a lot of beat 'em ups growing up, and I'm a big fan of Kunio. And like this, it just looks like another version of Kunio that I'm excited about. I have the DS games for the 3DS. Like I ordered them online, and I have my fucking, and I have the little limited edition keychains that came with them. And I was like I'm a huge mark for fucking Kunio because it's so dumb.
You mean chill?
Yeah, well, mark means I'm really excited about it. Chill is I will tell people to buy it.
Aren't you tell people to buy it?
I'm not telling people to buy it. I'm talking about why I'm excited about it.
Oh.
It's not like uppers where I'm like uppers will die if you don't give it money. This is coming out. Fuck you. Doesn't matter whether you're here to support it. It's coming out. I'm here to support it, but that's because I really love it. God,
And $30 is not even that bad.
no, it's not. For what looks like a relatively full game. I would say that maybe the one negative is that beat 'em ups in general don't have too much by way of like actual gameplay.
Yeah.
But Kunio is unique because it has like customizable super systems and combo systems. So honestly, this is probably going to be really, really full and worth the money. I also like the redesign they did for Riki. I think Riki's redesign looks awesome. Riki's was always my favorite between the two. Despite the fact that you play as Kunio, I like Riki a lot more.
You never liked the main girl.
The main guy.
Or the main guy.
I do, well...
Oh, no, I was right. The main girl.
No, Kunio is a guy.
No, I meant like in Harem stuff.
Oh.
Never liked the main girl.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that's true. But I think my thing is just like, Kunio's thing is he kicks, and Riki's thing is he punches. And I'm like, punches are way cooler than kicks. And he's a Bosozoku, and he has a Rizento. And I love the Rizento. I feel like that's well known about me at this point. I think that's the hypest haircut ever. Kunio just slicks his hair back. I was like, yeah, that's okay. Riki wears a Sarashi. That's the bandages around your stomach to keep your organs in case you get stabbed. So fucking so crazy. So yeah, like in the DS games, you were able to switch between the characters, and I immediately switched to Riki. What? No, why? Why would I play Kunio? Come on, come on. So yeah, the redesign for Riki I think is pretty cool because it looks sweet. It looks relatively. It looks like a modern enough to where it's like I'm vibing with it. He has the long hair up top, but the shaved down sides. It's dope. And he's still wearing a big open Gakuran and fucking Sarashi, which is like, it's 2019 and he's still rocking that 80s look, and I love it. Whereas Kunya is a lot more dressed like, makes sense with his stupid, like, Yakuza jacket thing and his hoodie. But damn, I want to play this game. September. All right, fine. I'm good. I saw some of the fucking I read through some of the comments for like the fucking thing because people are like, this is pretty crazy. And one of them I loved was you will never get kidnapped by your local street gang and get saved by your cutie badass girlfriend. Why even live? And I was like, no, you can't be doing shit like that. No. Don't you green text where you can't green text. Don't let me
do it anyway. You
No.
can't stop them.
I can't, but it shames me to know where it is from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that thing I said about like, what if I went to go get fucking McNuggets? I was like, hey, can I get an order of Nuggies? And I'm like, oh shit. And then the guy goes, no problem, Anon. And I'm like, no, this is bad. I need to never come back to this McDonald's. No. Or if somebody looks at me and like instead of laughing says kek, yeah, no, that person needs to be gotten rid of. Because I know him. He doesn't need to be outside. Jeez. But yeah, somebody green texting on YouTube just fucking froze me up and made me go, no, not again. Never again. Please don't bring me back. God, I love how in Kunio there's just random criminals. It's weird. So many random kidnappings during the day that it's escalated to the point where they're like, yeah, and this time we took the guys. Fuck it. Also, from what I'm understanding, uh, yeah, Misako Kyoko is Kunio's girlfriend, and Misako is Riki's girlfriend, and I definitely would rather play as Misako. I wanna beat people up through machines. Like grab a bicycle and smash a guy's head open, and then German suplex him into a corner, just like I used to do. Uh, German suplexes are cool. I'm really happy that Arc System Works got the license for Tecmos, and they're actually doing something with it.
So it's waiting forever.
Just sitting on it. So just sitting on it. We'll get to it. Fine, we'll get to it. And they got Way Forward of all people to do it. Way Forward's great.
Mm-hmm.
So
I wonder
yeah.
if they're gonna have platforming.
Uh, well, I
Probably
mean,
not.
no, it's a beat 'em up, so there might be like very little platforming, but it should be a beat 'em up because it should be just a River City game. But damn, am I really excited about this? I want a physical for the Switch. I really do. Let's see how the limited run games production of that goes, because I really want one. Okay, and I guess that's it. So, thank you for listening to Manga Palette. If you're still here, you guys get it.
Yeah, you guys get it.
All right, bye.